I'm not saying the guys have to slow down the pace of, although in some cases that would be a bonus these days, because once again, as I've said before, nobody claps at a tennis game until somebody misses the ball. If you never stop running, bang, 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 bang. Okay, if I do that for 10 minutes, finally people are going to go, fuck, is there any popcorn? It's bang, 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 boom. Wow. You got to give them a place to clap. If you just keep running, everything goes by. They don't get any reaction.
Okay. Well, we're talking about body language and showing your face and that kind of stuff. Barry Windham was a great baby face at that.
Oh.
And when you kind of take Windham as an example and kind of explain the kind of things that he did.
Well, you know, Barry had that glassy-eyed look and the stagger, and he was so tall, but he had amazing agility. If you pickled him, and he'd turn around and he'd be goofy, and he'd stagger to the ropes, and he'd fall over the top rope, roll off the apron, fall to the guardrail, hit his head on that, and take a bump back on the floor from one good drop kick or whatever. People went, God damn. But the whole time, if you go back and watch a lot of old tapes from a lot of old top talents, even if they were really going at a good clip, at a fast pace, their facial expression registered for a split second or whatever what had been done to them. And the body language followed along. You know, if it was good, I mean, there's always been bad wrestling. I don't think there's old wrestling and new wrestling. I think there's bad wrestling and good wrestling. So, you know, if your facial expression doesn't register what's happened to you, then the people aren't going to buy it because there's no pain, or there's no happiness, or there's no, or whatever the case may be. Oh, Jesus. Instead of, oh, that's selling. You're selling the move to someone. So, once again, you know, guys are too concerned with getting through this 7-minute exhibition of choreographed spots instead of worrying about going out telling a story to the people that they can believe, where the babyface is looking good, but the heel gets frustrated, so then he has to cheat a little bit, and then he gets him going, and now the babyface is being waltzed across Texas, and he's miserable, and he's on the verge of defeat, but they can't put him away until finally the heel goes for all or nothing, gets nothing, and the babyface has one last chance to make the comeback, and boy, when he does, goddamn, the people better be with him, and holy shit, then whatever happens from there, you've told him a story. And there's variations on that. There's a million variations, because you can't just do the same formula all the time, but you got to know when to do the variations, which is another reason why this tape is going to be confusing to a lot of people. Because he said, well, no, wait a minute. He said, do that, but then he said, don't do that, but we shouldn't always do that, but we always ought to try to do that unless we do the other thing. Third base.
What are some of the things, like you mentioned the variations?